Hello dear students, today we will have a discussion on work energy principle. Okay, now let us first understand the concept of what is work done. Now let's say on this slope, okay, on a curve, initially the particle is at a position A. So what I will do is I will apply a force F on that particle. So because of that applying force F, the particles gets displaced from position A to A dash. And the amount of displacement is yes very small, that is ds. Okay, and the position of particle is being represented by the position vector r s, and this side it is okay dr. Okay, and the angle made is theta. Okay, now what is work done? Okay, so work is done nothing but it is the product of the amount of force applied on the particle and the amount of displacement takes place due to that applied force. So the dot product of this force multiplied by displacement gives you the work done on the particle. Okay, so that total work done will be denoted by u. Okay, so the work done is very small, that is ds. So I will use the work done du is nothing but F into ds cos theta. Now the force which is applied will be acting at some angle. Okay, so I need to resolve that F force along that particular tangential direction. So I will consider the component as ds cos theta. So this is the standard formula used to calculate the work done. Okay, now one more point to be remembered here is yes, the work done is positive or negative. So always remember in which direction the force is applied. In same direction if the displacement takes place, then our work done will be positive, and when the displacement takes place in the opposite direction of force applied, then the work done is said to be negative. Okay, therefore work done can be defined as a product of force multiplied by displacement. Okay, that is nothing but rate of change of velocity with respect to time t from position 1 to position 2. Okay, now explaining this with some simple examples. Let's say a block. Okay, some block of some weight W is equal to mg gets displaced from one position to another position. It is being pulled by a force F. Let's say that F is acting at some angle theta. So in this case, the components of force will be F cos theta and F sin theta. So F sin theta value will be 0 here, though the force is pulling upwards or it is acting downwards. Let's say it is acting downwards. In that case, whenever this theta angle will be 90, the work done will be 0 here. But if you apply a force of F cos theta here, yes, then the block get displaced, okay, from a distance position A to B with a displacement ds. That's why the work done on this block is nothing but the product of amount of force multiplied by its component along that direction where the particle is moving. That's why we have used the equation F into ds cos theta. Okay, similarly now let's say a particle is been moving on a curved path. Okay, so let's say a curved path is there which has been fixed on the two sides. Okay, and a slotted block is been connected on that curved link, let's say, and the displacement takes place from position 1 to 2. Now in this case, let's say a force F is being applied which is at an angle of alpha. Okay, the particle is moving, block is moving with the velocity and the mass is m. Okay, now on this let me apply the Newton's second law. Newton's second law states that the force is nothing but mass into acceleration along that direction. Okay, but the force ka component here along that direction is nothing but F cos alpha. Yes, so that F cos alpha is equal to m into acceleration is obviously tangential on this curve. So it is at. Okay, but what is acceleration? Acceleration is rate of change of velocity with respect to time t. Okay, so that can be taken as velocity dv upon ds or dv upon dt. Okay, so what I will do is now separate the variables. F cos ds cos alpha ds is equal to mv into dv. Okay, so I have separated the variables and applying the integrating on both the side, applying the limits from displacement takes place from position 1. Yes, so position 1 displacement is s and position 2 displacement is s2. So limits I have applied from s1 to s2, okay, with respect to ds. And next, mass into, yes, the velocity reached by the particle, position 1 the velocity, let's say it is v1, and the velocity at position 2, let's say it is v2. Okay, so by applying the integration here, what I will get is half m v2 square minus half m v1 square. And what is this? This is nothing but this value you can see here. Okay, so that is nothing but total work done, yes, for the displacement of the particle from position 1 to position 2, as we have defined before here. Okay, so that work done will be denoted by the notation u. From the position 1 to 2, total work done is equal to half mv2 square minus half mv1 square. That is nothing but work done will be is equal to final kinetic energy at position 2 minus final kinetic energy at position 1. Now this concept is called as work energy principle, which will be used to solve the numericals based on work energy principle. Okay, now let us understand some of the concept, yes, in this. What are the different types of work done? Okay, now usually we'll consider the work done by the gravity. Let's say on this curve, okay, a block is there of mass m. So what I will do, I will apply a force F, because of what the block will move from position 1 to position 3. Okay, now what is the work done by the gravity force here? Yes, by the gravity force, when the particle moves from position 1 to 2, yes, the formula I will use here is mgh, that is nothing but the potential energy. Okay, so mgh. Okay, now what is my h here? Let's say same numerical on the inclined block. Yes, the block gets displaced from position 2 to 1 on an inclined plane which is at an angle theta, and the displacement is s. So what is my h here? H is nothing but s component along the y direction. s का component along x direction क्या होगा? अगर angle theta है, it will be s cos theta. Similarly vertical component क्या होगा इसका? S sin theta. In this way always you have to calculate the height of that inclined plane. Okay, so that it will be used in this formula here. Now the most important thing to remember here is work done by gravity force, okay, sign conventions. Now you can see here work is done against the gravity. Gravity is always acting downwards, so that downwards sign I will consider it as positive. But the block is been moving against the gravity from position 1 to position 3. So in this case, yes, my work done from position 1 to 3 will be negative, because the work done is against the gravity. Whereas if I move the block from position 1 to position 2, the block is moving downwards towards the gravity. So towards the gravity, if the work is done, then we'll consider it as positive. Therefore, the work done from position 1 to 2 is plus mgh, and from 1 to 3 is minus mgh. Towards the gravity positive, against the gravity negative. So this is important to be remembered while calculations. Next, work done by frictional force. Okay, so we are familiar with the frictional force. Okay, now work done by frictional force is nothing but product of frictional force multiplied by its displacement. Okay, that is nothing but frictional force is a product of coefficient of kinetic friction multiplied by its residual force, okay, reactive force, and into s. So always remember the formula to find out work done by frictional forces minus mu k, it may be mu s also if it is in static position, minus mu k into r into s. And by default this value force work done is always negative, because frictional force is always a resistive force which will be applied in the opposite direction of motion.